December meeting to approve the budget pending what was brought to us.
Yeah.
I think we should kill it. I think the bus wrap is not warranted for students to spend money on. And I'm willing to go with you and convince the chancellor that the chancellor ought to spend the money out of advertising budget. Because I think it's sharp, it's good for University of Michigan Flint's image downtown. And if they're committed to the downtown and the University of Michigan Flint being a fixture in the downtown, then certainly it's a very inexpensive expenditure toward their advertising budget.
Okay, is there any more discussion on the motion?
Toby.
Okay.
If we don't use the money for the bus wrap, like what else do we want to use the remaining money for? Like this is somehow the most important stuff that you guys are gonna do. No matter how we keep convincing people that we do stuff, they don't see it. They wrote a board and the youth saying that what do you think about student government? If you read that, whatever, it's so bad. You just have to do something that people can see. I don't know where the money, I don't know.
Is there any more discussion?
I support the $4,200. I think we should approve it. And I just have one question for you. The cab that's not being covered, can that be covered later if we wanted to, for $2,000, like the next administration?
I don't know.
Okay, I just wondered.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna support it.
Okay, is there any more discussion on the postponement? Seeing none, all in favor of postponing the bus wrap until next meeting? The decision on bus wrap. Okay, all opposed? Abstaining. Motion passes to postpone. Okay, motion passes. This will be postponed until next meeting. Moving on. Sam hosting budget, we already did that, so we're moving on. Appreciation dinner is today, 3 o'clock, Blackstone's. Please be there. We will be paying for all of you all's dinner. Yeah, so come there and we can enjoy time together. Yes. Because I'm sure we all want to spend more time. Unified Student Code. We already did that. Oh, look at that. Let's have that too. Why don't we maybe pay attention? Allocation for rec center bikes. Here's an update on this, real quick, just so you know. Talked to Teresa Landis, and she is fine with moving it down to 500. She looked it up, and last season, there was about $260 that people had spent on the bike rentals. So the $500 that we would give would make it so that students don't have to pay for that. And what they would do is with the remaining money at the end of the year, they would purchase more equipment, and they would also use the money to advertise that the bikes are now free. So that would be what they would be doing with that money. And she said that the 500 would work. The 1,000, what she was going to do was try to offer more bikes for the whole campus, but she said with the 500 they have plenty. So what they would do is they would use about $350 to $400 of the money to keep the bikes maintained, and then they would also put out advertisements to the campus and the community about the free rentals for students.
I move to open discussion regarding the allocation for rec bikes for 7 minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
I move to open discussion regarding the allocation for the rec bikes for 7 minutes.
One more time.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion properly made and seconded to discuss the bikes for allocation for rec center bikes for 7 minutes. All in favor? Okay. All opposed? Abstaining? Okay. Senator Ransom, you have the floor for 7 minutes.
Okay, well,
You'll lead the
just
discussion.
myself. No, I just wanted to kind of refresh you all on some things that were discussed in Monday's meeting regarding this and make this available to everyone else in the room. One of the concerns that came up was the maze bike that we still have that are free also. Just that project, we didn't want to kind of, I guess, step on their toes with a project like this because we're still trying to figure out, you know, what are we going to do about that situation and where we're putting the bikes, you know, what the difference is going to be. Because I know originally people were more concerned with, you know, is this worth investing in if people are using them so many months out of the year and how many people actually use them when they're available. But that was one of the biggest things that came up, the Maze Bikes program, because that is, I guess, temporarily suspended. I'm not sure. I don't want to say that it's officially suspended, but the bikes aren't out, but they're working on things too. So they want to provide free bikes as well. Yeah.
An update on those. Those will be out on May 1st.
Maze bikes?
The maze bikes.
Oh,
they want to
cool.
put those out. The maze bikes are more like those don't really stay on campus. They're not maintained very well. They just they chill, and what happens to them happens to them. These bikes are maintained. They have helmets. They have, you know, they have locks that come along with them.
Yeah, I think
those are rented through the rec center.
Yeah, the other thing that came up with that was the idea of possibly putting the money towards the Maze Bike program and supporting it financially as opposed to the, you know, either way, we'd be providing the service of free bikes to the campus. And I believe that that program could use some extra support, not just by student government, but more financially as well, too, just because they're trying to come up with different ideas and different technology to be more accountable so that these bikes don't end up, you know, like in Kalamazoo or something. Just security stuff. Everyone wants to.
Do we know, I remember Casey said a lot of them had gotten stolen and whatnot. Do we know exactly?
We have 18 right now.
Okay.
Because we just got a big donation. So.
They need 500, correct? That's what we're asking for?
$500.
Yeah, I move to approve $500.
Second.
Okay.
Forget my 7 minutes.
Yeah. So there's been a motion to approve $500 to the rec center, and there's probably seconded discussion.
All right, guys. I'm just gonna tell you this is gonna be a yearly thing. So this is $500 a year. If
Doesn't
you
necessarily need to be here.
so you got
This could be a one-time thing, and then the next administration would decide if they want to do it as well.
right. I'm just saying if they want to keep this going, and if I can finish, if you put money towards the Maize and Blue bikes, all right, that's a program that's already free. Yeah, they may sit outside, and there may be a little bit better option to maintain those bikes and do something like that. But I think that if you look at it in the long perspective, is if you put money towards a program like that, that maybe you can help the Maize and Blue get locks to where they can lock these bikes up. Maybe possibly, you know, a storage area in the annex or something where these bikes can go, you know, when they need to be stored, whether it's at, you know, the winter time, whatever, you know, the season is, that it would be, you know, a one-time investment, and then you're also getting donations of bikes. Whereas if you do it the other way, then you're talking about, you know, something that you have to maintain year after year after year after year, which you will with the Maize and Blue too. But if you know, if you have the student involvement, then it might actually work out better if you, and plus you'll have more students involved getting donations of bikes and different stuff like that.
Okay, question for you before I make my statement. It's $2 right now to rent the bike, right?
$2 an hour.
An hour.
Yep.
And you said they made $260 last year.
Last season, yep. So
Okay.
in October.
So my thing is just to point out, even if from that revenue, people rented the bike for 1 hour, which it might be more than that, then at the very maximum, only 130 students utilize this. At the max, so they only use it for 1 hour. So 130 students out of how many people, like what, we have over 8,000 students on our campus? So I'd make that point.
Dana, just.
But if they start using our money to advertise that they're free, I'm sure a lot more students are going to start using them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think Priscilla.
I was just gonna say my deal.
I believe that the amount of money that they're reporting to you is not correct because they're also offering courses, and I know they keep these bikes over at the Annex, Urban. I took a class with Urban, and they actually make revenue from teaching the courses biking on the Flint River Trail.
Yeah.
So if you add that in, then that pretty much has already paid for the bikes and pays for the maintenance. So my question would be, you know, whatever money we put in is going to be for the extra wear and tear and maintenance and et cetera to put them out there. But I think that it's a good program. But I also think that we should support a better bike sharing program for the Maze and Blue bikes like they have on other campuses, and I'd be willing to help with doing that and yield to Senator Casey.
Just, Chris. I just want to say one more time that this is what we're here for, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just left the meeting. So I asked Teresa straight out, the reimbursement idea is no good. They're not interested in that idea. They don't want the money if that's what we're going to vote on. They don't have the
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
right. So the $500, they did spend $300 last, with repairs and everything, is about $300. She recommended us that we give the $500 to funding this, to help fund this $2 charge, and also for repairs. They could purchase, with $500, they could cover all costs and purchase 2 more bikes. They only have 4. So they would have a total of 6. With the Maze bikes, it is April 11th. April 11th, the class for computer science and engineering is presenting what they've come up with for a locking system. So we currently have no better system for the Maze bikes. They're getting stolen, we put them out there, they get taken. So that's a problem. They're working on fixing that. It will get fixed. They're creating this presentation, then come fall, they'll start to build it. Next administration, we can fund that and help with that. So some people want to fund for the Maze bikes, but they're being stolen and it's not a perfect system right now. So I would encourage, as well as Teresa Landis and Gary Park both suggest, the $500 would help over the course of this summer and this fall until we get a better system that this is what we do.
Question. Would they be willing to take over the rest of the Maze bikes that are out there now and run them in this program? And
that's a good question.
was she opposed to that?
That didn't get brought up. So
okay, but maybe we could ask.
I call the question.
Second.
Okay, there's been a call to question, seconded. All in favor of the call to question? Okay. All in favor of approving $500 to the rec center bike allocation? Okay. All opposed? Abstaining? Okay, motion passes. Phone charger drive. Who would like to talk about this? Okay, Senator Renzi.
In the wake of this election week, nobody did anything, so it didn't happen. I yield.
Okay. Anyone else have anything to say about this? All right, moving on to task list. Never mind. Moving on to CSC recognitions. Here we go.
Wanted to move to approve the 3 certificates that we have now for Professor Shantaram, Professor Hicks, or Instructor Hicks and Instructor Galerno.
I'll second.
Because Casey's back, so you can't make a motion, but you can entertain a motion. Would somebody like to make?
Yeah, I move to approve the 3 CSC recognitions.
Okay, motion has been made.
Point of order,
Yes.
these are resolutions, so this motion hasn't been made properly.
Okay, so I'd like the slate called the 3 CSC recognitions. Is that good?
Professor Hicks, Shantaram, and Galerno.
Okay.
We would just like.
Maybe perhaps. I would recommend a
Okay.
motion to approve the resolutions that recognize Professors Hicks, Shantaram, and Galerno.
Second.
Okay, motion has been made and properly made and seconded. Discussion.
Thank you for the very well written resolutions.
Call the question.
Okay. There's been a call to question. All in favor of the call to question?
Second.
Okay, all in favor of approving the resolutions for, can you repeat the motion?
Yes.
So Jamie.
You want me to just repeat it? Yeah. Resolutions recognize Professors Hicks.
All in favor of approving the resolutions recognizing Professor Hicks, instructor Shantaram, and instructor Galerno. Okay, motion passes. Moving on to new business, club contribution, recognition, and approvals.
This is going to be quick. Social Swing Dance Organization. They have 8 members, monthly dues. They meet monthly. Their purpose is to encourage the promotion of swing dance and student swing dance communities. Stock board approves it, so I would entertain a motion to approve this club recognition.
What is it?
Social swing dance.
Thank you for Point of order. We have like 5. Anyone? Could what?
No, it's not. Carlin.
I move to approve the Social Swing Dance Club. Social Swing Dance Organization. Social Swing Dance Organization.
Okay, there's been a motion made. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion has been properly made and seconded. Order, please. Is there any discussion on the motion on the table?
Request for information on behalf of Senator Casey. What is swing dance?
Would anyone like to answer this question?
He's gonna show us. Oh God.
You can show us a video. You can show us a video.
Are you really going to?
Want to go back?
Could I just get the Constitution? I'm just wondering what this does to benefit students. I'm just
To encourage the promotion of swing dance and the student swing dance community.
Apparently we have swing dancing students that would like to get together
Request from
socially swing dance.
Point of order on this. She does teach a class that is given here on campus that does promote and teach social swing dance. So there already are students that take these classes. She just wants to be recognized as a student organization.
Okay.
Oh, just commentary regarding the approval of the club and its validity. As you said before, I'm familiar with the club. Not that I've gone, but I remember getting the emails every Friday. They've been doing this for at least 2 years. At least 2 on campus.
Justin.
You said that she teaches this course.
It's not a course, it's like a exercise program. One of like the exercise classes that you can go to.
Through the rec center?
Yes.
It's like the yoga class that they taught and got
yoga,
created
Zumba.
the yoga club.
Oh, and they want to make it as
And she wants a club for it.
She's a student.
Yes.
So, if this club is approved, will this course still be taught?
I believe so.
And the
I believe
funding
it's
of
a
this,
separate
and
thing
any
from-
funding that is given to this organization, if approved, goes towards, what I'm saying is we need to be extraordinarily careful. The yoga class, the mixed martial arts class, there were a number of issues that came up because the rec center was charging individuals to partake in these courses, And these same individuals who was partaking in these courses were a part of the student organization. So it looked like it was a little bit of double dipping from student government's accounts and areas going towards this rec center course. So we just need to be very diligent about approving this organization and make sure that all I's are dotted and T's are crossed before we move forward.
So is this an instructor or a student?
Student. She's a student, but she
is paid through the rec center to teach.
She's paid through the rec center.
To teach them something.
Vanessa?
Okay, so I thought that the swing dance thing that happened on Fridays was a free thing that they did every Friday.
Yeah.
So if that's the case,
The
like, is it the
exercise
same
program
thing?
through the rec center is free, but through the club she has dues and memberships listed of an annual or a monthly charge.
And so this is the same girl for both things, the class and that free class on, or that free thing on
Yes.
Friday?
Jessica Zaleski.
Okay.
If you would like, I would entertain a postponement of this so I can get in contact with her and they're clearly define what this club is going to do different than the exercise program.
Well, I guess this is a question somewhat towards Rob. Even if she came to us today asking for an allocation, we're not allowed to pay for dues anyway, right? So like even if we approved this and she said, hey, I want all this money, and she was trying to use it toward dues, which is what we shouldn't do, like they couldn't approve it anyway, so.
I'm gonna call the question. Since Marty said postpone it, just shoot it down.
Or you can make it.
Okay, there's been a call to question. Is there a second?
Done.
Bring it back up next meeting. It's not that hard.
I move to postpone.
Well,
I already tried my motion.
was there no second to the?
He tried his motion.
It doesn't
Oh, he
matter.
tried.
I
Okay.
move to postpone the recognition of this club.
There's a motion to
Second.
postpone. That motion has been properly made and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Can we ask to have her brought in next week versus just Marty talking to her so that she may be able to distinguish some of this information?
Okay, are you making an amendment?
I would like to, yes.
Vanessa?
I'd like to amend the postponement to read that we postpone this motion till next week pending Jessica Zaleski be brought in so that we can speak with her. Okay. Or a representative from the club?
I will let you guys know by Monday if she can make it due to her work schedule at the rec center.
Okay, so are you, is there a second to the?
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion on the amendment to the postponement to the motion? Seeing none, all in favor of the amendment to the postponement? Okay. Now, all in favor of the postponement as amended? Okay, motion passes.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
There's been a motion to adjourn, seconded, all in favor? Awesome. Don't forget to fill these out.
Get your president's ball tickets and do your scrapbook page for Felipe, please.
Is anybody getting your own dining service today?
Yes.
That meeting is now.
Yeah. Also, Blackstone's 30 minutes.
I'm just going there now.